In a dark room, neon lights flicker. Ambition hums like electricity, waiting to ignite. We've all felt it. Motivation, that sudden spark rushing through veins like fire. It pushes you to start, to act, to believe, at least for a moment. But sparks fade. Sparks always fade. And when they do, most people stop. Winners don't stop. They don't wait for sparks. They build fire through discipline. Motivation is fleeting, dependent on moods, weather, energy, even words of others. What happens when silence surrounds you? When no applause or music remains? That's when discipline takes control, steady, quiet, and immovable like steel. Discipline is not about feelings, it is about showing up, regardless of resistance.
Picture the athlete rising at 5 a.m. while the world still dreams.
His body aches, his mind screams for rest, yet he trains anyway. That's discipline, the force that outlasts mood, weather, or fleeting bursts of inspiration.
Michael Jordan didn't want to practice every single day, but he did.
The champion didn't always feel like training, yet she showed up every single day. Steve Jobs didn't wake up inspired each morning, but he still pushed forward.
Discipline became their compass when motivation abandoned them in silence.
And that's why discipline is freedom. Freedom from moods, freedom from doubt.
It frees you to act, even when energy is gone and doubts are loud. Ask yourself, do you start only when it feels good, or finish regardless? Each disciplined act is a brick. One brick may seem small, almost invisible, but day after day, brick after brick, empires of greatness rise. Motivation shouts loudly but disappears quickly. Discipline whispers quietly yet never leaves. Chasing motivation builds moments. Building discipline creates legacies that stand the test of time.
When motivation fades, don't scroll endlessly. Act anyway. Winners don't wait for feelings.
They command themselves. They obey themselves. They rise without excuses through discipline alone. Discipline will always outlast motivation. It's the foundation on which greatness is built. Success belongs to those who move tired, uninspired, yet relentless in pursuit. The neon light may fade, but your inner fire never has to extinguish.
Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. Greatness is built on what stays.
Be the one who chooses discipline. Watch yourself become unstoppable.
Discipline means lifting when your body screams stop and your mind whispers quit. Discipline is running in the rain while the world hides under covers. Discipline is preparing when nobody's watching, knowing the race is still coming. Discipline is climbing, one step at a time, even when progress feels invisible. Discipline is pushing forward, no matter how heavy the weight feels. Discipline is timeless. It makes hours count, even when minutes feel meaningless. Discipline is rowing steadily, even when no one cheers from the shore.
Discipline is hitting again, long after the motivation that started you has vanished.
Discipline is sweat glowing after hours, long past the spark of inspiration. Discipline is pulling yourself up when gravity wants you down.
Discipline is the flame that survives storms motivation cannot endure.
Discipline is advancing one square at a time, knowing strategy beats impulse. Discipline is preparing for battles no one sees, so victories appear inevitable. Discipline is climbing when the rope burns your palms but you keep pulling higher. Discipline is found in quiet reflection, where motivation has long disappeared. Discipline is sprinting the stairs when comfort whispers, "Sit down and rest." Discipline is the steady flame in storms that blow motivation away. Discipline strikes louder than motivation ever could. It echoes far longer. Discipline is the shield that holds when motivation shatters in the storm. Discipline pulls again and again, refusing to stop at temporary fatigue. Discipline stands like a tower, glowing stronger when storms strike hardest. Discipline sharpens you daily, long after motivation grows dull. Discipline is rebirth, rising stronger when motivation burns out. Discipline pushes weight forward when every muscle screams to stop. Discipline is the seed pushing upward, breaking resistance quietly. Discipline fights shadows, not waiting for the spotlight.
Discipline is cadence, carrying you when passion falls offbeat.
Discipline rises at the first alarm, not the 10th excuse. Discipline earns summits, one step at a time. Choose discipline today. Become your own unstoppable force. Discipline is the promise you keep when motivation forgets.